What's up, everybody? It is the 21st of September and I'm still getting stuff ready for trapping season. I did something, I saw this on Trapper Man, some guys were doing this. I never used tons of peat moss before, but I pre-sifted it. I'm glad I did. This tote full of scraps came out of probably like a bale and a half of peat moss. And I'm just glad I pre-sifted it. Now I don't have to mess around with it, just throw it on top of my traps. And what else I got going on? I'm going to be going out later today. I did some yesterday. I took some drags out and just pre-wrapped some drags around. And I'm going to go do a little bit more of that. I might actually do some pre-drive some stakes in the ground as well. Get that stuff ready. So it just makes everything a lot quicker on the line. Just go out, set your trap, hook it to a drag or to a stake, and add bait and lure and move on. So let's go out and maybe pound in a few stakes and set a couple drags up. All right, I'm in a field where I've had a lot of success in the past. Right up here, I've caught, I don't know how many coyotes and fox through here in the last few years. I see a tree has blown down over here too. I'm gonna go check that out. That's something new. And it looks like a good place where animals, if they were working their way down along the edge, they'd have to come around that tree. So when I get out there, I'll turn the camera back on and show you what's going on. I'm gonna grab a couple drags here. Those are some of the ones Hammer made. My wife's in there hanging out. She'll come with this for this type of stuff, but she don't want to see critters and traps. Grab a couple stakes. I'm going to pound some stakes in. And I'm going to put a little piece of caution tape on these so I can find them easily. I do this in the beginning sometimes and definitely at the end when I have frozen in stakes. And it just makes them easier to find when you go to pull them out in the spring. When they're frozen in, you just can't get them out, but put a piece of this caution tape on there and it makes them a lot easier to find. All right, I talked to the landowner. This is the last time he's going to be mowing this for the year. He has a little path that goes down through here and it goes down by a pond. I've had sets down by that pond before and I've literally caught nothing down there. I might try it again this year, but it's just a nice travel way along here, along this fence, not a fence row, but this field edge. And up along here, I've made quite a few catches in cable restraint. But I still see my places where I had sets in last year, right here and right over here. I caught all five of my coyotes were caught here last year. And I'm just going to drive a stake back in here again, drive a stake there. I'll probably hook up a drag here. And then I'm going to go check out this tree and see what it looks like around that tree and see if there's any travel ways around it or under it or wherever. I got a stake driven here. Stake driven right here. There's even bait holes still here, so I'm going to come here and probably try to pre-bait these a little bit. And I got a drag that I just threw between those two trees. It's hooked up here. You can still see my chain. I'm not worried about that chain at all. I did bury just a little bit here. I put a stick in here. I'm going to turn this into like just a urine set. I put this stick in here. They'll have a good month to get used to it being here. And I also have my chain wrapped around this stick. So I'll probably dig a little bed here too. Just going to loosen some of this dirt up. Have a bed ready to be taking a trap into it. So I can just pull up there in my truck. Look here with binoculars. The stick is gone. I know I got something in my drag. Those two will be easy to see. But this serves two purposes. The visual for me and for the critters. So I'm going to dig a little trap bed here. And then I'm going to venture out to that tree. That's a big old white oak that came down there. There's a lot of firewood in that baby for sure. I do think I'm going to try to put a set here. Tobe likes it out here. I mean, the critters, I know they come down along here all the time. I've seen tracks along here and I've made catches in cable restraints along here quite a bit. And it's just a natural place for them to come down and have to come around here. Now, they could sneak through here. I mean, it might look completely different in a month. But I mean, it's a little bit brushy here. I mean, if that was cleared out, they would just shoot straight down through there probably. But I mean, the easiest path of travel for them is going to be to come right along here and go right around the point of this tree. And then hook back down to there. This is probably 75 yards from the other set. Yeah, I'm gonna get some type of set in here. I'm not sure exactly what, but I'll get a stake driven in and dig a little trap bed. But I just want to make sure that I can check it from my truck with a pair of binoculars, and then we'll be good to go here. This field will be pretty set up with 1, 2, 3, 4 traps in this field edge here. I'm going to go to a couple different locations, and then we'll wrap this up at my house. The other locations, I'm not going to film anything there. It's going to be the same type of thing, but hopefully it's going to speed up things a lot and just make the first day of trap setting a lot more productive. All right, made it back home, went to another farm and put out a few more drags. Got back here, I'm drying out some grass clippings in my driveway. This will be good for blending in sets. I just carry that around in that old NAFA bag. And I did one more alteration to my side-by-side. I bought a cargo carrier for it because once I have all my traps and stuff in here and I have my cover over here, when I catch animals, and you start putting them in there and you're trying to drag stuff over top the animals, it can be a little bit of a pain. So I thought I'd put a cargo rack here, and then I put it here. It actually came out and came up some, and it was a nice height, but I kind of figured it would just get completely splashed up with mud, and then it was going to be in the way for getting into here again. So I took some old shelving brackets that I had. They're actually pretty heavy duty. Got them from a store that my daughter worked at that was going out of business. Took some of those and made a bracket to set on here, and a couple little hook places here. It goes on pretty slick actually, and it'll hold some weight. I was going to put it down, I was going to start it down here, but it would have been too low, and then it would have been hard in getting any angle brackets. Pretty much I got 4 pins here. I can pull these out. No comments on my welding. Well, if you want to hack on me, go ahead. I'm no professional fabricator for sure. Stick my cotter pins on there, and it will hold quite a bit of weight, really. It'll definitely hold a couple raccoons, a couple coyotes for sure. Throw them on there, and then I won't have to worry about throwing them back there. So I got a couple dollars invested in this rack. I mean, I removed the center part that had the 2-inch hitch receiver part in it, and just bolted it together, and just had to put a new hole through here, no big deal. But yeah, I just bolted or welded a couple little brackets here on the bottom of here, and then those angle brackets. And it's pretty sturdy, really sturdy. I'm sure I could throw a deer on there too if I had to. All right, so that thing's ready to go. I was getting ready to pour my Red Fox urine into some of these little squeeze bottles, but this baby is full. I gotta get a funnel so I can fill some of these bottles up. Never did get to that. Got a mess going on there. And got a bucket of stuff ready to go to the Trapper Trainer weekend. Hopefully do a little demo on cable restraints. And that'd be about it for the day. Going to be getting cleaned up, ready to relax for tonight and hang out with the wife for a while. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you could take a second to give me a quick thumbs up or a comment, I'd really appreciate it. Hope you all have a blessed day and stay safe, everybody.